Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to the Soulfire Podcast. I'm your host, Tammy Gerke. We're going to talk about all kinds of topics, all centrally focused on inspiring and empowering women. Insights, tips, and tools for living life to its fullest. This is going to be a mix of solo chats and weekly interviews with women who are living life their way, whatever that may be, so that you can envision what's possible for you. I Am Inspiring Women is going to be a subsect of Soulfire Podcast. Not sure if anybody's ever done that, but this is going to be 2 podcasts in one, so hope you enjoy. We'll talk about the ways to have an attitude that will get you through anything, and what you can do to reconnect with your inner child and better manage those reactive emotions. We will discuss how to work through those limiting beliefs and what it takes to be a light in the world. This is a place to discover how other women are thriving in their chosen profession. Whether it's an artist, a business owner, an entrepreneur, stay-at-home mom, will discuss the real and honest truth about what being a woman means to us. These women talk about challenges and successes, how they deal with the ups and downs of life. These are real women who are sharing their stories so that you'll be encouraged to live your best life. Inspiration, motivation, and transformation. Let's encourage each other. Let's lift each other up. Let's learn and expand our possibilities in this world. Let's share with each other what being a woman means to us. Life is an adventure, and being a woman right now is the biggest adventure of all.
Hello, gorgeous. Today I want to talk to you about self-confidence. It's a touchy one because I know that some people think, oh my gosh, you're so confident. You've got, you have no problem talking to anybody. You can walk up to anybody and not feel, uncomfortable. You can, start a conversation with anyone. You're comfortable in any situation. That's taken a lot of work. It's taken a lot of time working on myself and knowing that regardless of who I'm with or who I'm around, I can always be myself. It's not been an easy process, but because I have made the time and taken the time to work on myself, to have small wins, to build myself up, it's basically gotten to the point where I just, don't give a fuck what other people think. There's still moments when I doubt myself and when I lack the self-confidence. It's not, a constant, always up and having no problem talking to people. I've come to realize that regardless of who somebody is, whether they've got more money or they've got less money or they're got a position of authority or, there's somebody that I respect and I look up to, they're still a person. And so having that in my mind and knowing that regardless of how I feel, that is the person I'm talking to and the people that I'm around, if I treat them with the same respect and the same love that I treat myself, then I'm going to get that in return. And that's where that self-confidence comes from. I mean, no one knows your insecurities better than you do. No one knows your fears better than you do. Building your confidence is just a matter of you finding out what your fears are. And if you have to, start with the smallest fears and build your confidence by doing those things anyway, going to the places that you're afraid of. If you're afraid to talk to somebody or you're uncomfortable talking to people, start out by just walking by and smiling at them. You don't have to start off and jump right in if that's not where, where your comfort zone is. Stepping outside your comfort zone in a small way makes a difference. Building on your confidence and building on those small wins. Somebody smiles back at you when you smile at them, or you smile at someone and they say hi and you say hello back. Those small little steps that you take in building your confidence and making you feel more comfortable doing the things that you're, feeling some trepidation about. Filling that bucket that we were talking about, you've got, the bucket of trust. You've got the bucket of your self-confidence. It's being more comfortable by just stepping out and doing those things. There's a now famous saying of feel the fear and do it anyways. And it's knowing that regardless of what happens, most of the time, anything that you're going to do is not going to kill you. There's no death involved. There's no major hurt involved. There's no pain involved. Our subconscious minds decide that, oh my gosh, it's so stuck in the lizard brain that things are going to happen to us. You know, the saber-toothed tiger is going to get us. We're going to get squished by a woolly mammoth. We're still stuck in that time when being afraid of everything saved our lives. There's not much in the modern day that will kill you. Yes, there are some things, obviously, that, being in a dangerous situation, but that's not the same thing. What I'm talking about, and what I'm talking about, is doing things that will improve your life, that will move you forward towards your goals, that will build you up to be a better person, to be more of who you were meant to be. And it's just taking those small steps. There's always going to be someone who wants to dim your light, someone who's going to bring their shadows in and their fears, impose them on your life. And you don't have to allow them to bring those fears into your world. It's funny because there's a lot of things that I do that most people would think that's just, why would you do that? That's crazy. That's you've got to be conscious of what other people think or what other people do, what's going on in the world, and negativity and all that kind of stuff. I choose not to allow that into my world. I choose to not allow that stuff into my reality. Each one of us has our own individual reality. And then we have a huge global collective reality. Do you choose to have fear in your reality? And if you do, then your confidence about how you're being in the world and who you are in the world is going to be diminished. So just make a decision and say, you know what? In my world, in my reality, I am one tough, badass MFer. And say whatever it is that you need to lift yourself up. There's a fantastic thing, and I'm sure everybody's heard of it. And if you haven't, then I'm going to tell you about it. It's called a power pose. And power pose has been proven to lift your confidence in as little as 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And it's super easy. We all know what Wonder Woman looks like. We all know what she, that commanding presence that she has when she stands up straight and has her hands on her hips and, looks like she's ready to take on the world. Well, she is ready to take on the world. And that pose, hands on the hips, standing up straight, shoulders back, or your hands up high above your head like you're just taking in all the energy from the universe. These are 2 poses that you can do in the morning, standing in front of the mirror, looking yourself in the eye, and telling yourself that you are powerful. You are a badass, that you have the confidence, that you have the confidence that you need to present yourself to the world. I've taught my grandkids how to do this. I've got video of my granddaughter and her hands on her hips, shouting to the world that she is powerful and that she is awesome and she is tough and she is smart. All these positive things that she could come up with between the 2 of us, me encouraging her and her saying what came to her mind at 3 and 4 years old. Start doing these things now and build your confidence. And if you've got kids, then teach your kids how to do this. It's tough on kids, trying to navigate the world and trying to figure out what they're doing. Going to school and, well, not really now, but still being in society, being around their peers, whether it's virtually or not, is intimidating. And it's intimidating for kids and it's intimidating for adults when we are around our peers that we respect, that we, look up to. And we need to make sure that we can build ourselves up. And doing the power pose is an easy, simple thing. You could do it in the bathroom anywhere you are. If you even just imagine it in your mind, it's going to work. It's a matter of standing and putting your shoulders back and being proud of who you are, being proud of what you present to the world. If you have doubts and you have fears, then you need to work through those. You need to look through those and do some shadow work and work through those fears, work through those past hurts. And each time you work through one of those past hurts, you will build your confidence. You will become more secure in who you are, more secure in what you have to bring to the world. So celebrate your small wins, build your confidence. No one else needs to know that you were afraid. No one else needs to know that you were scared to do that thing that you just did. Even if it seems inconsequential to somebody else, to you, building that confidence and doing that thing, be proud of yourself. Give yourself a reward. Something small, something large, it doesn't matter, as long as it's something that helps anchor that feeling into your body. So do something that rewards, even if you do a fist pump and you're like, yes, yes, I got this. Or, you snap your fingers and you're like, yeah, I got this. Something subtle that nobody else can catch but you. If you're in a crowded situation, but you just spoke up and you asked a question even though you were terrified. Or, you're in an auditorium full of people and you stood up and you spoke out and you sit back down and you're like, yes. And just something subtle and quiet, you clench your fist and you do something to acknowledge that you just did something that would normally scare the bejesus out of you. So be the best you that you can possibly be. And you can never go wrong by just being you. I want you to do something small today to build up your confidence, something that you would not normally do. If it's, going out and talking to people, if it's going out and smiling at somebody, if it's, going someplace and doing something differently that you wouldn't normally do, or using a tool that you wouldn't normally use, getting onto a program that you would not normally get on. Do something and then celebrate that win. Celebrate you moving past that fear, getting out of your comfort zone and doing the thing that scared you. Don't let anybody else dim your light. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did and you haven't yet, please subscribe. Otherwise, we will see you again. Thank you very much. And don't forget, live your life adventurously. It's the only way to live.